See what's going to happen here. Hopefully there'll be no technical difficulties. Are we there?
I think so.
We're there. Okay. Wave if you can hear us.
I don't see anybody.
Pardon me? I don't see anybody.
Pardon me?
I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. Okay.
So welcome everybody.
Okay, so welcome everybody.
Jane's
This
first,
is Jane's first opportunity to go live on YouTube with the gathering. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will be good. There was a huge storm here today, so hopefully everything is going to go well. We've got several guests that we'll introduce shortly. Some people from Victoria, someone from Seattle, and a few people all the way from Australia. That's exciting.
Someone says that they're getting echoes.
Someone says that they're getting echoes.
Can you hear Jane?
Can you hear Jane?
Can I speak? Welcome. Welcome. I'm so excited. This is wonderful. November 4th, 2024. My goodness. Here we are. I'm doing something so brand new and I'm so excited about it. A circle live with all of you. It's a wonderful opportunity and I'm beside myself excited. And also I've never done this before, so please be patient. Is there anyone joining us that I can't see any faces yet? Okay. So I have done this my whole life. I never knew any difference than seeing my guides and talking to the other beings' guides. I thought everybody did it. It was a surprise to me when I was older. Hi, hello, Donald. So good to see you. You look wonderful. Can you hear me? Maybe not. Is it breaking up?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, there's Ruve. Hello, Ruve. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness, you look fabulous. Oh, and there's Joanna. Hello, Joanna.
Hi, Jane.
Nice to see you too.
Yes.
Hello. What a wonderful experience this is. Ruve and Donald, you're in tomorrow already. How is tomorrow going?
It's a fabulous day. The sun is shining. We're here to be there with the gathering, which is amazing.
Fantastic. We've had a terrible storm here today, so it's...
Yeah, we had ours last night, so it's all sunshine now. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. And Jane, you're looking oh so gorgeous. That silver hair really is working for you.
Yeah,
nice to see you, Donald and Ruve.
You too, Joanna.
Yeah, you too, Joanna.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
This is so fabulous. You both look really well. And Joanna, you look well too.
I am well.
Okay. Is there anyone on this live chat asking any questions or anything at this point? Does anyone have any questions of me before I'm going to do is I'm getting all kinds of feedback here. I'm going to hold a circle like I have been holding in my home. And so I will just do exactly what I do there. And I will, a little meditation of intention. We'll ask a few questions of me if anyone has them. And then I will do my usual prayer and I will go into a deep state of self-hypnosis, really. And you will be able to talk to your guides or a guide, who happens to oblige us. There's a lot of feedback happening here. I don't know who I'm speaking to.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
I've just tried one more thing here, and we'll just see what happens. Maybe that was the reason why it was repeating. And again, thank you all for your patience as we work through all of this. We had several test runs with just Jane and I, and then I did some testing with Donald and Rive, and with Tej and Jay, and everything was absolutely seamless. And then now here we are on the evening of doing it for the very first time, and there's all of these technical difficulties.
Welcome to the world of spirit. Oh, it seems like there is.
So we don't have the repeating now, and how does this all sound to all of you?
Yeah,
sounds really good.
Okay, I'm going to add everybody and let's see what happens now. So welcome Tej and Jay and Kala.
Welcome, welcome.
How was that for everybody?
Yeah.
And if you unmute your mics, you could say hello to each of us.
Tej here. Hello, everyone. Sounds great.
Hi, Tej.
Hello, welcome.
Hi, Kala here.
Hi.
Hello.
Everyone.
Sounds pretty good right now.
So here it is after 5, quite a bit after 5. But what if we just like pretended that we were just starting right now?
Sure.
And
Good plan.
basically, the hope for tonight was to, as Jane was saying, to bring everybody together in a circle, introduce the ideas of what Jane does in introducing spirituality to everybody. And we've got some wonderful people here tonight that have been working with Jane for a number of years. Joanna and Donald and Reve and Jay. And we'll welcome Tej and Kala as new people. And then we have everybody who's here online, and we see some wonderful comments coming through. Thank you for everybody who's
Thank you very much.
posting in the comments.
Fantastic.
So what if we started afresh right now, and Jane will do welcome, and she'll light a candle and say a prayer, and then I'll take everybody off the screen while Jane does that, and then we'll bring everybody back individually, and you could ask your questions of the spirit guides once Jane begins to channel. How does that sound?
Good.
Good.
Sounds great if Jane is still willing to go through this.
Yeah. I've seen crazier things than this, believe me.
Fantastic.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay. Welcome. Welcome to the circle. I was told many years ago by a wonderful spirit that the symbol for what I do and for the world we live in is the circles within circles. Each of us being a circle unto ourselves, and yet when we all join together, we create other circles. And in these circles, we create bonds, and these bonds in which are stronger than the physical world. They're an energy that keeps us close, keeps us well, whole, that we share love through, and that you never break them. They don't go away. Even if the person leaves the physical world, the bond with those that you've made a bond with always stays the same. It's actually a form in which you can communicate. You can almost think of it as your very own telephone wire. I guess we don't have telephone wires anymore, but your own connection with that being. Circles have no sides. They're a continuum. And I have been having these gatherings, and they've been so healthy for me. I needed to see people. I needed to see faces. I'm so glad to see all your faces tonight. It's wonderful, you know, we have an amazing world now, but we seem to be more separate than ever. And I think the human condition needs to be close and renew our bonds with one another, if not by seeing the face, but by thinking about them and being present with them really helps. So that's what the circle is about. That's what the gatherings are, and that's what we are attempting to do tonight. And I thank you all for joining. And this is a process, but we'll figure it out for sure. I have had many, many guides with me today. I'm not surprised that we've had some glitches. So my intention is, I don't know if I'll go into completely a big, long meditation, but I'll do a meditation. But does anyone have any questions of me before I start? Just of me, but not of their guides? No?
You have to bring them back. You can't hear them.
I can't hear them unless, oh, I'm sorry.
Why don't we start with Donald and Reve?
All right.
Hi, Jane.
Hi. So good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I do have a question about Australia. So I wonder if an elder.
Do you want to ask it of the guide, or do you want to ask it of me at this point?
I'll ask the guide.
Okay.
if that's what you prefer, I can read the question out, or we can just do it when you channel.
Okay.
I'll take the question.
Okay, that's fine. What about you, Donald? Do you have anything to ask of me now, or would you wait for the guides?
Not to put them above you, but yeah, I have prepared a couple of questions for the guides, but really do want to say you're looking mighty fine.
Oh,
Haven't seen you for I don't know how many years, 5 years, 4 years or so.
oh, it's not. It's not that long, is it? Oh.
Well, take whatever it was and then add all the COVID time on, and then you get to a higher number. Lovely to see you, Jane.
It's really wonderful to see you too. Did I hear you say many times that you're coming back in February?
We've been, in February, March, it will be 2 years that we've been here. And then we need to return, and we'll come back again on another visa. And just continue being here for Taryn and little Jax.
He's wonderful.
Yeah,
He's fantastic.
He sure is, yeah.
I see pictures of him on Facebook, and he's so cute. Oh my goodness. What a bright light.
Yeah, it does illustrate that these children that are coming into our world today are just so different. I mean, what this little guy comes up with, it's just insane. And we all look at each other like, where the heck did this kid get this information from? He's using words that we haven't taught him. Maybe others have, but generally his vocabulary is just far beyond what I would have had at that same age. Because he turns 3 in January. So yeah, very special little soul. And I think these are the children who are going to create this new world for us.
They are indeed. They are indeed. And they might be mad at us, so we better be very good to them.
Well, less mad, just get on and fix what we've done.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, does anybody else have any questions before I exit stage left?
Well, let's add some new people here.
Joanna? No.
Yeah, have a conversation with her.
Hi, Joanna.
Hi, Jane.
Good to see you. Glad you're back from Italy.
Yeah, had a great time, but this is very exciting, and I must congratulate you on being brave enough to do this, because it's really a big deal for you, I know, and well, I just want to help you in whatever way I can.
You do know that it's Clark, that I don't know how to do any of this. You know, I can talk to beings that don't have bodies, but I can't do this stuff.
I know that.
He really has helped, yeah.
Yeah,
no, when you think about it, if you can talk to the whole world and still be in your comfy little chair in my living room, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
How could I be against any of that?
It's a wonderful opportunity for people beyond your circles, your smaller circle, to connect with that loving presence of the guides. It's really cool.
You know it well.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions of me before I channel?
Nope.
Okay.
I just want you to feel comfortable and move into it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to pop in as the head from the side here now. And I have figured out what the issue was, is that we had YouTube set up as well, just so we could see what was happening live. And I see that through StreamYard is the software we're using to do the live streaming. There must be at least about, I'd say, a 30-second or more delay from what was actually playing out live in StreamYard and then what's being shown on YouTube. And I don't know if that's set up that way so that they, if something really horrible happened, you can maybe stop it in that instance. But anyways, I'll look into what that is more. So it isn't as technically as savvy as we were hoping that it would be. But as long as everybody can communicate with Jane and she can communicate with you and that part of it, and with the guides as well, if that part of it goes smoothly from here on in, then we'll have had some success. So thank you for being part of this, Joanna.
Good work, Clark.
Does anyone else have any questions for me?
Well, let's see. We're going to add some other people. Let's see. We'll put in Tej and Kala. And we'll see you again, Joanna.
Thanks.
No questions from me, thank you.
Okay.
None from either.
Oh, Kala. Oh, nice to meet you. Welcome, Kala.
Thank you so much. And you do look fabulous.
Oh, well, you wouldn't believe the fussing I went through. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Is anybody else want any questions? They probably don't.
And Jay is here.
Jay. Is
No.
he here now?
Yeah.
Jay there?
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Jay.
No questions, and I admire your composure. You're doing great, Jane. And Clark, I gotta hand it to you. Patient.
You know what? Clark makes it very easy for me. He makes me very comfortable. And the only thing is, if he doesn't know how to do it, well, good luck. I can't do it. And I will go now and let you talk to your guides. And I guess, Clark will be in control of that. Right?
It might be interesting there's some questions coming in through the live chat.
Oh, does everybody hear this now?
Jay, can you hear me when I'm saying this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to read a question from L. Beauchamp from the live chat. And L. Beauchamp says, will our dependence on technology become an obstacle to our evolution?
Well, this guide is saying it already has, but that doesn't mean it isn't important. It's important to have it. It's a natural process. Oh, really? I'm not. I speak. So, I don't know the name. So,
L. Beauchamp.
L. Beauchamp. Thank you for your question. And what I'm just picking up, and you've asked of me, and I do pick up what guides are saying to me. They're saying that technology already has become a problem for the evolution of each individual because a lot of things aren't being done that should be done, and we're a little bit slow and behind on things that we should have moved through because we're generally a bit slow on evolving in our beings, in our spirit. And so, yeah, it has caused some difficulties. I don't think it disrupts it. This guide is saying, no, it will not stop it. Your evolution is to be, and that will be a little bit slow, that's all. And isn't that funny? You'd think we'd be faster because of it, but we're not. Thank you for your question. You can also ask that of a guide if they wish to. Clark, or anyone else who has a question?
So far, I don't see any other questions in the live chat, but if you want to ask some questions for Jane or the guide, even while Jane is channeling, I can look through the live chat and present your question to the guide.
Can I say hi to some of these people that have come up?
Absolutely. There's Kathy Jo.
Hi, Kathy Jo.
And Lori, Sue, Craig, and Clem.
Hi, Lori.
And Ingrid Raffel.
Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Stella.
Julie Rosenthal is here.
Hi, Julie. Hope you're doing well.
And
this is really fascinating. How wonderful.
When it's working, it'll be really fun.
Okay.
Catherine Tremaine might still be here.
Hi, Catherine. Welcome.
Stella Rose.
I'm wondering who that Stella Rose is. Someone I know very dearly.
Okay. So we'll come back to you, Jay.
Thank you. Now I'm going to light my candle. Candle looks huge in this picture, but anyway. And I ask in the name of the highest, the brightest and the purest, for healing energy, for healing words for those who ask, and for all of us, and for our world, the intention of bringing in light and love and helping us to grow. I'll talk to you all in a bit. Clark, you can talk to people if you want to now. I'll take a minute.
Okay. Hello, welcome.
I welcome you.
We're here on
Yes.
YouTube.
I do not understand all of these technicalities, but I assure you the energy is all right for this occasion.
Well, especially now that we knew what the technical difficulties were at first, now we'll know what to do for next time. So we have some people who have joined us live tonight who have some questions for you. And is it okay to get started with that?
Of course.
Okay. Is there anybody in particular from the people we introduced?
You choose, my blessed.
Okay. So if we could, we'll start with Reve is here. And Reve, can I just ask, can you hear the guides okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for being present. We are visiting Australia, and I'm curious about the current energy and frequency of the land. I've witnessed and heard of so many individuals who have been subject to emotional, mental, and physical abuse at the hands of their partners.
Yes.
For the most part, is it learned behavior, ancestral influence, rooted in the land, or what is the cause of this long-standing problem in the sacred land?
Yes, my dear, it's true, very true that there seems to be a callousness amongst many in their process of growing and learning in this dimension. It is truly based on the very ancient fear of not being welcome with the rest of the global population. That it's true that there is a free-for-all, it seems, as if amongst many beings you know intimately, my dear, that there is a harshness that is not part of your being at all. You are a gentle, wonderful creature, though you found yourself having to find words that are not words you would normally speak and having to seek out dimensions and ways in which to protect yourself from others. And the others need to find it as well. It's not the land. The land is beautiful. The energy is true, has changed a great deal, but then your entire globe has changed. And the energies have quickened, causing some irritation amongst many. Behavioral, ancient, yes, can be relearned, yes, can evolve out of this, yes. But it takes some very strong beings to stand up against it, to teach the new ways of how to be with each other. It's very hard for you. You have found yourself often very much feeling depressed almost, but fearful and not knowing exactly your gentle ways to proceed. But you can, my dear, and it's important because you are teaching the new ways. And you want to know, you always be staying in this land, but it always feels somewhat like you are somewhat trapped there now because of certain conditions of this land. Well, you have to deal with this lightly. As you know, we want to dwell amongst them lightly and do what is absolutely necessary to achieve all manner of things. Not that you'll be imprisoned or anything like that, but there are ways in which you are being held back there, my dear. Play the game, you know this, you know how to not be harsh and not against your natural being, but fulfill their needs, and then yours will be fulfilled as well, and you will get what you need to do. You've been a child of the universe. You like to move with the wind and go to different places, and your beings, your gentle ones, passed over, are with you, very much so. Bless you, my dear. I love you.
Thank you very much.
Is that okay for now, Reve?
Yes, thank you, Clark.
Okay, so let's add Donald. And Donald, do you have questions for the guide? Your mic isn't on, Donald.
Right, yes, I do
There
have
you
a question. And first of all,
Okay.
thanks, guys, for
We can
standing
hear
by.
you now.
Thanks to the guys for standing by when we had these issues. The first is about our weather on this planet. The weather on Earth has been manipulated by dark facilities like HAARP since early last century. If this weather modification were to be abruptly stopped, and if natural weather patterns could return, what changes can we expect to our weather and climate?
Natural flow of the weathers on your planet are very much controlled by the very center of the planet itself. The magnetism, positive and negative charges, changes in movement are absolutely par for its life, part of its evolution. It is true that the heating up of the planet, assisted by the human form, has caused some disruption, but the actual energies of the animals, that being the human as well, that dwell upon the earth, have actually affected the energy of the planet more so than a lot of people understand. You are all energy, all cohabiting in one place. And of course, there are discharges of energies in fire, in heat. Fast-moving energy is always hot, causing many changes and upheavals and breaking off of large lumps of frozen ground that was attached to the bottom of the oceans. This is caused by the very center of the being. To understand your earth, to understand its needs, you must all be more harmonious with it. Give time and energy. Stop building things that have so much consumption of energy, but things that are much more, viable for its health. This can help, but the change is in process.
Will deserts like the Sahara, the Gobi, and the Arabian Desert, will they be restored to green areas supporting vegetation and life in some time in the future?
It took billions of years for the vegetation to be dried up and swept away, for the creatures to land in other continents. For that to happen again can only happen through the manipulation of mankind's need to bring forth a change there. It can be done through the manipulation of waters and the growing of things that are not in nature to that place. It can be done, but it takes a great deal of time.
And was any bad weather created to keep humanity away from certain locations like Antarctica?
No, it was not created to keep beings away. It was to help with the access of the earth.
Okay. All right. I have one other question. This is a little lighter and more personal. A few months ago, my wife and I were walking on an oceanside pathway here in Queensland. Something flew up off the path, past our heads, behind us, and into the bush. It was nothing we could identify by its visible characteristics like size, shape, and flight pattern. Yeah. As we are taught to trust our instincts because all information resides within us, was I correct in my initial assessment of what this was?
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought it was an elemental, specifically what we would call a fairy.
You could call it that. It is from the cross dimension, yes.
So
you'll see more and more now.
Is there a portal between dimensions
yes.
at that specific spot?
Well, those are transient at this time.
Okay, so just in that instant.
Yes.
Okay. If I were to make an offering to the elementals at that location, would it be known to them and received by them?
It is an unknown if that one actually would perceive anything such as that.
All right. Well, it's nice to have that reaffirmed. And Is this a lesson to all of us to trust our natural instinct, however crazy it might seem to others at the time?
What do you think?
I think I'm going to go with a yes on that. So yeah, those are my two questions. So thank you very much for answering. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, my son. You do very well. I'm very much honored to speak with you. Bless you.
Thank you.
So thank you, Donald. And Joanna here will make you live to ask your questions.
Okay.
We're also getting some questions in the chat. Joanna, would you mind if I presented one of those questions while you're here with us?
Of course.
Okay, I hope I'm saying this person's name correctly. It's Heil. Heil asks, I have a question for the guides. How do we move forward after such an emotionally tough year, knowing what is best for all the family?
How to move forward is such a wonderful thing for you to ask, my dear. You must choose to move forward. You must free will, fill your heart with love and compassion. Don't always come up with the answer. Sometimes it's just about being present. Sometimes just about holding the space and be present with those that you care about. When discord arrives, which you have experienced, you cannot undo that, nor do you measure your understanding of your experience against others. And so you must just simply move forward with your choices. See and hear, keep always communicating. You don't have to have the answers, but you have to communicate. You have to say you're present. You have to say you see them and you hear them and you wish only to be present. That is the best way, my dear one. And you are surrounded by light and love. Many beings surround you. You are loved.
Thank you for that. We also have a question here from L. Beauchamp. And L. Beauchamp says, I don't know if the guides can tell us the outcome of the US election, but I'm sure everyone wants to know.
Oh, she's right. El Beauchamp, the only way that will be found out is by understanding that each being has free will and will make their choice. You know, there's a need for all this friction in that land of such turmoil. It's what they've learned and how to be in your physical world. They will struggle against it, and it's the end of the overturn. So you're going to see many things burning bright before they burn out. The religious right, the ones that are so anxious about things, it's time for them to go quiet, and they will not go easily. It will be noisy for a while. There will be much chaos yet to be seen, but trust that your beautiful world will still be there, but you must seek it. You must look for it. It is there. Send them all love and compassion, and know that they are being helped individually and in community. All sides.
Thank you for that. And Joanna, did you want to speak with the guides?
Yes, sure. Thank you. I would like to ask, talking about help that our guides offer us, I wonder why it is that it's so difficult to hear advice that we have to go through a being such as Jane to give us the experience of communicating directly with our guides. I have not been able to do that. I have certain signs that I know a guide is with me, but why is it that we cannot directly access this loving help that seems to be available for us all the time?
Because, my blessed one, you believe you cannot. It's as simple as that. You can, you know yourself. You used to write and ask answers, and they would come. But you've always known that the answer was within you. You're not surprised by when you do find out an answer from some being that you've asked right through this little one. You're not surprised by the answer. It was there. You knew it. You just didn't trust in it. You do not trust in your own wonderful wisdom. You feel it had to come from some other place. You don't know how beautifully wise you are, my lovely. And you have a complete communication with your lovely guide. You can hear that being singing to you and making jokes on the side. You often think it is someone else, in fact, but that being has no problem with this. He knows you hear.
So it's a matter of trusting?
Yes.
Yes, well, I guess humans do have issues with trust. Is there any way? Well, I've really asked this before. It's just, I just think it it would be so much easier if we could just have a guidance like when we need it. Does that ever happen? We do.
You do, my dear. You do, and you know it. You do know it. You come into this world from a time in which you got, how will I put this? It doesn't matter if you believe in pre-existence or not, but it happens. And so you bring with you this fear of trusting your own word, because at one point it caused you to exit life. And so you're thinking, well, I'm not going to trust in that. And yet you do know the answers. You know them all the time. You're not surprised by things. You do know, my dear. Trust. Old ways, let them go. Say to yourself each day, what was it? You have the answer card. You know the answer.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Bless you.
Yes,
Bless
that was a dream I had. Oh, thank you very much for reminding me of that.
I will always remind you that you know. I love you, my dear.
Thank you. Love you too.
Joanna, did you have any other questions?
Not at this time, Clark, no.
Will you stay present while we ask a question from the live chat again?
Of course.
Thank you. So Lori Sue Cragen Clant asks, it would be lovely if the guides might contact my mentor of sorts, St. Peter, to see if his spirit might have words of enlightenment for all of us present. He's quite dear to me.
Many things are known about this entity. Many things are not as it was. This being led many to help, to aid, words of love and light. Each of you carry this within you. Each of you seek that light. And so it is. It's true. You have times of denial and times of acceptance. Trust. Trust in the power of your being, that you are truly God within. You are loved.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Were you able to hear the guide, Joanna?
Yes. It's a very high guide, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we have a few other people that are present to ask questions, Joanna. So I'm just going to add in someone else here now.
Thank you, Clark.
Tej is here with us. So we'll have Tej ask some questions. Thank you so much, Joanna.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Tej.
Hi there. Yeah, I have two questions. The first one is, in a recent session Jane, I was informed by the guide that from a work perspective, I have not yet touched upon my soul's purpose and passion. And I'm contemplating how I transition from the work I'm currently doing into this new, yet to be determined work expression, which is in greater alignment with my soul's calling. So how do I go about doing that while still generating income, paying the bills, etc., the responsibilities and things that I have now? I'm just wondering if the guide can provide me with any guidance on how to go about doing this.
Interesting, my dear. Very interesting. You are greater than this. You know very well how to do this process, but you fear it. You fear retribution, you fear criticism, that it is somehow less than what you be. But you are a strong entity, a being that can pretty much do anything you've set your mind to. And you have great charisma. People are drawn to you. You found that. You may be showing them some physical thing, and yet they've talked to you about their personal life. Expand upon it. Give yourself courage, perhaps by taking some small esoteric course that might lead you into a more familiar way of expressing yourself. But all those things are possible for you. You must come to it. You must be brave and not hide. Such a gentle soul you are. Such a wonderful being. Your entire life you've tried to make other people happy and do other things for them, filling every niche that they not be uncomfortable. And yet you found yourself twisted into sometimes very uncomfortable positions for yourself. Be brave. Breathe deep. Follow through with all of that information you already know about. Nothing is a surprise for you. You are a very wise being and could counsel many. And it doesn't matter what form in which you pick up in order to distract the beings you are going to help and heal. It could be as simple as woodworking, or as complex as actually having them create something with their hands. But it's a distraction while you open up their soul by your energy and your words. You know all of this. It is no. That's what I do, my dear one.
Thank you. And my second question is, can you comment on the nature of reincarnation and karma? For example, if both are real, and if so, would the world be a better place if more people understood that reincarnation is real and that everything they do in their lives has potential karma ramifications now and in their future lives?
Blessed one, a great many do believe and trust in reincarnation. The great many, well, it's an interesting thing that in the East, they all are hoping it's their last life, and where you are dwell, they all want to have more of them. It's interesting indeed. The fact is that there's a continuum and you do not end this life. You will choose when you no longer wish to return, when you feel you have evolved to the state of being one with all, that you will then perhaps be a guardian, perhaps you will go to some different dimension. There are many dimensions. There's very much multitudes that you do not see with your eyes, but you will sense with your spirit. You will hear with your very being. These things take time. Mankind has free will. One of the most amazing and frustrating things that we in spirit often laugh about, in fact, if you could understand us laughing at all, the fact that you will come back in and question, why is it that I instantly sat down at a musical instrument and knew how to play it? Oh, well, must have just been in my genes. Well, it's true. You do genetically bring forward much things. We are blessed that there is that form in which brings you back into the physical domain. But in truth, genetics do not carry the predisposition to understanding past existences, and you'll see more and more children with it all the time. And old ones that are ready to incarnate again, they start to remember the past and look upon their life as, well, what it was and what I've yet to do. It's a simple thing. It has very little to do with the scriptures of karma and the mankind's need to put it into a cubby hole of good and bad. It has to do with the continuum. Look at your nature. Nothing ends. It reincarnates. It finds a new form in which to express itself. That's what energy does. It might be fire, it might be wind, but it will reincarnate. Bless you, my son. Bless you.
If I could just add one follow-up to that then. So I have this ongoing thought that if the West had more knowledge of reincarnation, and just as an example, I've heard a number of times over the years that reincarnation used to be a part of the Bible, but it was taken out in whatever century by a Roman Empire.
Yes, scriptures that were hidden.
And so if the West, the majority of people understood that reincarnation is real and that there's karma related to their life, would we be living in a better world? Would we be living in better societies?
Those that live and understand it have also their own paths to walk. Your path is created by what you choose to make it be. It does not matter how many the masses actually believe it or not. Yes, the larger conditions of society and expectations of it would be altered somewhat, but the conditions, they would be up to you.
Thank you.
I thank you for your question.
Somebody from the live chat has asked an additional to what you asked,
Little
Tej.
one grows tired, my dear.
Okay. So end with the questions now.
Well, there's someone waiting, someone very wondrous. We will finish these.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, thank you, Tej. And we're going to add Jay now. And thank you again, Tej. Hi, Jay.
Hi. I'm more and more aware of the continuum of people moving on from this life, as I have family members and people I've worked with who are no longer in the physical, and they're on the other side, so to speak. And I see some family members that I'm close to, they appear sometimes, like my aunt, and I'm interested in that whole learning process. And I know we're limited for time, but there's one phenomenon I really wonder about. Even some of the pets I've had that, I've had spiritual experiences when they've left. And this last beautiful dog I had, a few days after he left, I had this vision of a dog on my couch in red color, like a hologram. But it wasn't him. It wasn't that dog that left me. It was another dog, same breed, but different coloring, and looking at me so compassionately. And he stayed there like in a hologram, but obviously not physical, for a good 5-10 minutes. And I thought there was maybe something, maybe my grief process had changed my perceptions. But I wonder sometimes, like, what that was all about. It was clearly from the beyond coming to inform me of something.
Yes, my dear, it would definitely what you might call the beyond, but was actually more the present. It was helping you with your grief and reminding you that you are not alone, that the being that you love so dearly is still with you in a different form, but the bond is definitely always these bonds of love. They don't disappear, my dear one. They stay, and they are wonderful channels in which to draw in energy and love and help through difficult times, through very sad times. And if it spurs you to think more about them, or if it spurs you to feel warm and comfortable because you saw them, it doesn't matter. Let the energy just flow through you, what you felt when you saw that wonderful being who came purposely to be with you. And actually, you do in the corner of your eye often see the other ones you've been with too. They don't disappear. The physical is such a fragile thing, true, but the spirit is not. It's very, very strong and very permanent. You need to know that, my blessed one. Mhm.
I understand that, but what's interesting for me was the dog that I saw
Hmm.
on the couch was not a dog that I've had before.
But it was a beautiful, strong being. Did you not think that maybe in that form of a guide dog would be like that? The strong, beautiful essence that they have more than just a physical life, that they are to spirit as well.
So
It wasn't telling you that you need to go get that certain dog. No, it was telling you that we do go on. Everything does.
and so he was reassuring me
Yes.
with the presence of a dog.
Yes, my dear.
That
Mhm.
they are still with me.
Mhm.
I see. Because of the expression was so compassionate and so understanding. It was so strong, a visitation.
Yes. Visitations from guides are strong usually.
So this was more of a guide than an actual dog form.
Yes, 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 yes. In
Thank
other experiences of lifetimes, you have often had other creatures around you. And so it's not surprising that they are drawn to you and that you are accompanied by them in spirit, indeed.
And do all the pets that we have, do those spirits stay around with us, in spirit form, or do they go off on their own development? And
Their return is actually a lot faster than the physical human form. It can actually come back quite quickly in the same form. It's why oftentimes beings say, well, it's exactly like the last one I had, but the actual energy is the same. They just found a convenient way to get there, often for different reasons, whether you needed it or whether they needed to complete something to you. See, they have paths just as important as the human condition does.
okay, and in terms of returning, I've heard it say that most of us need quite a time to process after we leave, but there's some people that have had this feeling that all the young men that died in World War II on the battlefield, they came back really fast.
Yes, it does happen. You see, you have free will in spirit as you do in your physical body as well. It can cause some chaos, though. It can cause people to get out of sync with their evolution and what they're learning. And they may feel completely disoriented for a while, not being with familiar beings, not drawn to any one person, but maybe feeling still that they needed to have a battle, something they needed to fight, something they feel very strongly about. It's still very much present with them instead of giving enough time to see the whole maturation of one's life. You see, you can't see it in just the time that you've been present in it. You need to see the effects that your life had on others after you have left it. That's the time in which you see all the ripples of your life and those who've cried tears and those who laughed with you and all of that, how they have grown, how you caused them to grow and to learn. When you've seen all of that, then you are ready to make choices to what I've yet to learn. Who will I come back with and who will I be close to? Loved ones. But if you choose just to get back in such a hurry, which many have, they can be very disoriented.
Mm-hmm. So I wasn't one of those soldiers that came back quickly.
Why do you think not? Why do you think you wouldn't be one of those soldiers? You have strong feelings about many things.
I do have a strong feeling that somehow I was part of that war, and I can. So maybe I was.
You were, my dear.
Oh, I was. Okay. Well, that explains things.
It does explain a few things. It's why you're still searching, but you'll find them all.
Thank you. So my memory is I am connecting with something because I can almost see that person.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love you, my dear.
Thank you so much.
you so much.
Let's add another question.
We have some questions from the live chat, but do you have a message for everybody here who might be in attendance?
Perhaps the person who has the question needs to.
Okay. So Paula Burns says, is my dad back with his family? I feel him so strongly around me.
Yes, Blessed One. He is very present with you. And he's very sorry things occurred the way they did. Wants you to know that always have been important and loving. Times in the physical world can sometimes be complicated. And choices are made that aren't necessarily the choices that want to be held forever. Know that this one loves you very much, and he's close. To communicate, say it out loud. Beings in spirit are not as in guides. They need to hear the word. They feel the sadness, and they want you to know that you are very important. Bless you, my child. You are not alone.
Thank you. And may I just read out, Kathy Jo says, please say hi to Connie and Pat. Thank you for the help and comfort in making the decision to get help with my drinking disorder.
What a beautiful being you are. So brave, so strong. You have felt so alone often, my blessed one. You find yourself often the one giving comfort to others, and yet you deeply need it for yourself. You felt never being able to be seen and heard completely as who you are. A gentle, fragile being with such an amazing talent. You see through people's words, you see their hearts, because you have been hurt. You have felt alone. Blessed One, no drinking is simply a drug in which to give yourself strength to get through times. Do not hide that wonderful being that is you. Let this world see you, for you are truly a beautiful being, and this world needs you in all of your wonder. You are not.
Thank you.
Oh. 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 I'm seeing a big circle. Oh. Oh my goodness. I'm back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's okay with the candle?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. I've just returned. Before I go, I want to just ground myself. I want to thank all of you for growing with me in doing this. I love you all. You're all so special to me. Okay, I'll just do a little closing white light around you all. Let's ask in the name of the highest, the brightest, and the purest. Keep us strong. Keep us safe. To show us the way, show us the light, that we might walk in the light, and that our words be of the highest and the purest. And as you go out from your day, whether you be in the sunlight now or in the darkness in other places, you be the light in your world. You show others who you are. I love you. Bless you all. My heart goes to all of you. Thank you.
Jane.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll go.
Thank you. Blessings.
Thank you, Clark.
Thank you, Clark. And thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
was beautiful.